Yeah, this is pretty funny. I think I posted the video on this where Tom Nash comes out and tells you that he's looking at the web traffic on tip ranks from HBO Max, and based upon that, he recommends the stock. It's great. The merger's great. It's going to do great. And yeah, you see how that ended up. What people don't understand, folks, what you don't understand is you're the product. Okay? Anything that's free, you're the product. You're being sold. You're being sold out to advertisers. You're being sold out to the people that are paying for the service. You understand that? How do you think Facebook is bringing in over $100 billion in sales? Right? They're not charging you anything. It's advertisers that are getting their money's worth from you. You see? You say, well, I don't care. It doesn't bother me. Yeah, okay. It doesn't bother you today. Well, don't fucking cry to me in 5 years and 10 years when your identity gets stolen because of the data that was exploited from Facebook. Okay? See, this is the problem. And when you're talking YouTube, I mean, think about it, folks. You got these people still. What happened? What happened? Look at this. Not listen to YouTubers. Notice, folks, by the way, Tom Nash is such a dishonest, sleazy scumbag that this is his Twitter. So he's basically posting here on Twitter to not listen to YouTubers. You see? This is a guy that it's one of those sleazy people, you know, who will do something behind your back, right? These people on YouTube are sleazy scumbags. You would think after this whole collapse, Voyager, Terra Luna, BlockFi, FTX, I guess several others, all these scandals, right, with all these scam tubers that were endorsing this trash, you would think that people on YouTube would come out and they would wage a war against these people. They'd make channels and just not let them ever forget it. They would shame them the fuck off of YouTube. They would remind everybody. There'd be a force, a movement, but there was nothing. Nothing. That means the YouTube audience is weak, spineless, and useless. And guess what? They're going to keep doing it. They didn't pay any price. Nothing happened. Crime pays. White-collar crime pays. Why in the hell would anybody rob a bank when you can commit white-collar crime and it pays? Nobody does anything. Nobody. So let's take a look here. I've got actually, I'm pretty tired. And I've got research to do. So let's see here. Yeah, I found out something, by the way. Found out something here. I found out we got a new scammer. Well, not new. This Tom Bilyeu's got a wife. He's got a channel. You all know that? You all know that? Lisa Bilyeu.
When you put the four of those things together,
you know what this reminds me of? Alex and Layla Hormozi, the couple. I mean, look at this in the background. What a loser. I mean, you got an old lady doing this little ghetto thing here, right? You notice the oh my God. And once again, folks, these people, the danger is from Tony Robbins. Tony Robbins. I warned people about this so many years ago. I knew this was going to happen. You've got people who are these people who are life coaches. I've noticed anyway. I'm thinking like, dude, you need to fix your life first. I mean, how can you claim to be a life coach when your life is like screwed up? Right? Life coach. I want to be a life coach. I mean, life coach. The day and age when people actually accept that designation as being legitimate, we're done. We're done as a human population. We're done. Life coach? Life coach? I mean, really? Life coach? You're a fucking loser. Get a job. Go back to school. Study something that you can get a job with. Life coaching is basically you're conning people. Okay? You're basically trying to come across as a psychiatrist. And you're getting into people's head to try and make them think that they need you so they'll pay you more money. That's a con artist. What can I call it? I'm not going to call it a career. It's con. It's Tony Robbins started that bullshit. I mean, why isn't anybody calling this shit out? By the way, should we talk about Patrick Bet-David? This guy's such a scam artist, such a liar. Patrick Bet-David, by the way, I mean, you can never talk enough about this bullshit artist, which is not even his real name. He's hiding, of course. I mean, have you wondered, because I sat here and saw it, have you wondered how this guy, who's a low IQ, uneducated thug, how has he all of a sudden got millions of subscribers in a matter of 2 or 3 years? Okay.
Before you watch this exclusive interview with Andrew Tate,
Andrew Tate. Anybody that promotes Andrew Tate, sorry, you're a scammer. Folks, birds of a feather always flock together. Don't ever forget that. Okay? Don't ever forget that. Andrew Tate. Anybody that follows this guy, you need help. Andrew Tate is a scammer and a loser. And it seems like everybody knows that he's a scammer, right? So why would anybody promote this guy? Why? Ask yourself why. He's in on the circle jerk. Just like Patrick Bet-David paid people to get promoted. Patrick Bet-David, this scam artist, loser, what he did is he paid people, okay? He took money.
So at 13 years old,
he took money from his PHP multi-level marketing scam that he got by exploiting barely speaking English immigrants, feeding them with a bunch of bullshit, and he paid Kobe Bryant for an interview. That's what he did, right? That's what he did. Fact. He paid Kobe Bryant for an interview, just like Ty Lopez paid Mark Cuban for an interview. These guys are available. You can pay them. They will speak because they know that they're just easy money, right? How do you think Kobe Bryant made all his money? Not fucking dribbling the basketball. He made his money as a tool. All these sports figures, folks, they're corporate mouthpieces. You understand? They're in media promotions. They're not real athletes. They're in media promotions. So of course they're available for anybody who wants to hire them. Patrick Bet-David did the same thing with Joe Rogan. He did the same thing with Mike Tyson. These guys are ready to be paid. Okay, I told you Graham Stephan is taking money to promote a bunch of scammers on his iced coffee hour. This is the business model. Why isn't CoffeeZilla, the detective, fake guru detective, why isn't he exposing this? Why isn't he talking about this? This is a huge deal, folks, because you got to understand, people are paying to be associated with people to bring in certain demographics. You understand that? So Patrick Bet-David is bringing in the demographics that are fans of Kobe Bryant. Now let's think about it. You're not exactly gonna get, the geniuses there. Okay, you're getting people that like to watch basketball. Not even NBA is not even real basketball anymore. It's a fucking joke. It's like WWE. It's a circus show, right? This is who he wants. Okay, Patrick Bet-David wants to make up all these stories. It's all lies. He wants to tell you he's worth $200 million. It's a fucking lie. Guaranteed. Somebody contact this meathead. None of these motherfuckers will ever confront me. Say, well, who is he? Yeah, I'm the big swinging dick of Wall Street, buddy. That's who I am. I'm the big swinging dick. You want to interview some fucking twerp? Some nobody, but you won't interview me? Because I'll call you out. You can't handle it. None of these people, folks. Contact Lex Friedman. I don't even think his fucking degree is legit. I mentioned that before. This guy, something fishy about this guy. I believe there's some hanky-panky going on, even though he got a degree from a shitty-ass fucking school. Drexel. Fucking dog shit. Drexel. Folks, let me explain something to you, by the way. If you have a parent who's a professor, okay, it's much easier for you to get in to a good university. Okay? You can imagine, right? It's gonna be easier for you. Now, if that parent is also a professor in a major that you want, like you're going to major in the same major as your father or mother is a professor in, don't you think it's pretty damn easy to get in to a really good school? Of course it is. I know this for a fact. Okay, so if you want to be an engineer and your father's an engineering professor somewhere, then you're going to be able to raise yourself up and get into much better university than you normally would because of that. That's fact. Okay? Now, think about this for a second. Why would Friedman go to Drexel? His father is a professor there in engineering. Lex majored in engineering. He got a PhD in engineering at Drexel. Why is that? Maybe he got special treatment. You understand what I'm saying? You got it? I'm just telling you, folks, the way this guy, he portrays himself as some special guy. A guy like this is a weasel. I believe that he did not legitimately do the required work and do it well enough to get a PhD. Okay? That's what I believe. I can tell. And the guy is such a fucking, he's such a dope. He's fucking stupid. Let's be honest. He's stupid. So, if the guy didn't come out and, try and, he's a cloud chaser. He's a cloud chaser. If he didn't come out and mischaracterize himself, oh, I'm MIT lecturer. No, you're not. You're a fucking idiot. You are an idiot. Okay? I know Drexel. Folks, I know Drexel. You know why? Drexel is not far from where I went to school. University of Pennsylvania. Okay? Drexel is like a fucking commuter college. Okay? So think about that for a second. Why did he go there? Now, if this was a situation, he wasn't trying to fool people with his MIT bullshit that's already been called out by many people. If I would still think it's weird that he went to Drexel, okay, and studied something his father is working in that department. I mean, think about it for a second. Do you want to go and to the same school where your father is teaching in the same department? Like, that's the last place you want to go, right? You don't want to go there unless you need some assistance, right? Because think about it. Think about it for a second. If you're going to get a PhD in engineering, PhDs in engineering are virtually unemployable. They're not employable. You all know that. You probably don't know that. Nobody wants a PhD in engineering. It's fucking useless. Useless. Now, if you get a PhD in engineering, for the most part, you're talking about academia. You want to work in academia. Okay? I'm just telling you the fact. You can believe whatever you want to believe. Engineering is an applied science. It's not really known to be as much research based as a pure science. So engineers are more demand in industry. They don't need a fucking PhD in industry. They want someone with an undergrad or a master's, but not a PhD. PhDs are going to be, for the most part, not always, but for the most part, restricted to academia. Okay? Academia. So ask yourself the question, why would you go to a shitty school and get a PhD? You understand? Doesn't make sense. When you can go to a better school. Maybe he wouldn't be able to cut it at another school. Maybe he needed his father to be there. Okay? So, anyway, you talk to these guys, you approach these guys, okay? You tend to have me on the show. Oh yeah, we tell the truth. Yeah. Well, come on, let's go. You won't have me, huh? You want to hear the fucking truth about everything? About everything? About YouTube? About the media? About Wall Street? You got it? Folks, these guys are frauds. They're liars. They're fakes. Okay? I'm telling you, they're all fakes. Remember, if you have exposure, it's to fuck you. Okay? It's fact. Why do you think Joe Rogan's got exposure? Do you understand what I'm saying? I explained it before. Alex Jones, by the way, Alex Jones is bitching and, I got banned, I'm censored. Hey, go tell this guy. I can't say what I describe him. Don't want to get shut off of YouTube. He banned me. Alex Jones fucking banned me. Why don't you ask him about that one? I told the story. I guess I'll tell it again. Some of you haven't heard it. I would have been the first financial professional Alex Jones ever had on his show back in early 2008. That's right. The first ever. Now, before he was having this guy, I mean, I didn't really know much about Alex Jones. I didn't really follow him. I mean, it's, but the bottom line was this. Folks, I couldn't get anywhere. I got no traction. Me and my staff spent a lot of money contacting every single fucking media platform out there. Radio, TV, you name it. And they didn't want to air the topic, the subject matter. Okay? They didn't want to talk about that I was predicting a depression. I was predicting this whole collapse. I exposed free trade. All this stuff. No. Don't want to hear it. Okay? So I'm trying everybody. I try Alex Jones. And so Alex Jones, oh, okay, that's right up his alley. Yeah, these guys, oh yeah, there's gonna be a collapse. Yeah, buy gold, buy gold. That's how he makes his money. All these alternative guys, these alternative media, I told you, they make their money through selling supplements and fucking precious metals. You guys understand what I'm saying, right? That's how it works. So Alex Jones, and just like, by the way, Tom Hartman at Sissy Wimp Loser, he actually interviewed me. You all know Tom Hartman, the progressive guy. He only interviewed me basically because I was trashing the economy, and this was in before the election in 2000. What was it, 2008? So he wanted me to talk bad about the economy. That's what these guys do on these talk shows. By the way, they interview people basically that jives with their whole narrative. I don't know if you all know that. Okay. But he didn't. He gave me 3 minutes. He wasn't really. That's how you could tell. He just wanted to, But anyway, my point is that Alex Jones was going to have me on his show. I was going to be the first person. He had before that Bob Chapman, this fucking loser, gold pumper, pathological liar, scam artist. Okay, Alex Jones, if you all don't know, his little network GNC. Or GCN network was run by this guy, Ted Anderson. Don't let the name fool you, by the way. Ted Anderson. Don't let the name fool you. I repeat. Ted Anderson ran a gold company called Midas Resources. This is what Alex Jones was pitching all the time. Okay? A long time ago. That's how he made all his money. Was pitching Midas Resources. So everything is about, the dollar's bad, the economy's bad, this and that, buy gold. Right? And this is why he aligned himself with Ron Paul. Oh, Ron Paul's a fraud. He's a fucking fraud. Any of you people that don't know that, you just fucking wake up. I exposed Ron Paul 15 years ago as a fraud. He's a gold pumping fraud. He's a whore right now. Actually, in fact, not only is he a whore for gold pumpers, he's a whore for Porter Stansberry and Agora Financial. Have you seen this, 30-year congressman warns America's going to collapse, and there's some stupid infomercial thing to sell bullshit. Buy gold. You all know this, right? I mean, I exposed all this shit 15 years ago. It's like old news. This is where it all ties in, folks. Okay? Ron Paul, get rid of the Fed, conspiracy, bad Fed, bad government, right? And then you got Peter Schiff's dad, Irwin Schiff, the scam artist, telling people they don't have to pay the taxes. The IRS is a scam. And meanwhile, they're making money selling their audience down the fucking gutter. Irwin Schiff, Peter Schiff's dad, the fucking fraud, the felon, basically put Peter Schiff through private school, had a wonderful life by defrauding people, by causing people to go to prison because they thought they didn't have to pay taxes. Making all this money selling books. Useless fucking books with disinformation. That's what his dad was doing. Sounds like father, like son. Right? That's his, and of course, Erwin Schiff was a patriot. He was a hero. You see? The stooges, the fucking dumb people out there don't realize they're being taken. The criminals are taking their money and fucking selling them down the gutter. And they celebrate the criminals as heroes. This is what's going on YouTube, by the way. Don't you see it? Same with me, Kevin. That's what I'm saying, folks. This whole dynamic, it works. It's if you understand the dynamic, you can apply it to everything. It's the same song and dance. So, Alex Jones is going to have me on his show back in February or so of 2008. And then he kept delaying it. Maybe it was January 2000. He kept delaying it. Oh, we have to wait and this and that. And I was like, it was a couple of months. Bear Stearns was coming up. I was like, I know what's going to happen with Bear Stearns. You want to have me on now? Oh, well. And so I was like, okay, obviously he doesn't want to have me on. Obviously what happened was he read, because he said, oh, well, I want to finish your book. I want to finish it. He gets to the end of the book, America's Financial Apocalypse. And you know what I was recommending? I was basically saying, I tried to be objective and unbiased. But basically, I'm saying, look, the bottom line is you can buy gold if you want, physical gold, but you better to buy the ETFs. Low cost, and you can trade the volatility. Precious metals are very volatile. You want to trade that volatility. You want to exploit that volatility. And it's low cost. It's very liquid. Okay. So when he saw that, that's it. He doesn't want to have me on the show when I'm touting, to not buy gold from gold dealers for the most part. You understand? This is why I was banned from the alternative media. They're all fucking gold pumpers. They don't want to hear from me because I tell the truth about gold. I recommended gold in my book in 2006, but I also came out a few years later and said, hey, the gold pumpers are pushing a bubble. This thing's going to collapse. And I was exactly right. You can look up the article, Fool's Gold, 3 parts. I basically came out and wrote about 2009 or 10. I said, gold's going to go probably to $1,500 to $2,000 and the bubble's going to pop. It's going to fucking stay low for many years. That's exactly what happened. Boom! Talk about fucking crystal ball. Maybe I do have a fucking crystal ball. Maybe I fucking do. Nailed the bottom of the Dow 2 years before it bottomed. 6,500 in my book. Maybe I have a fucking crystal ball. God damn it. Maybe I fucking do. That's the story on Alex Jones. You go to that motherfucker and tell him. So why did he ban me? And I left him. What happened later, several months later, a year later, I noticed he was fucking using my articles. He was stealing my articles and putting them on his website. Not giving me any, didn't attribute the articles to me at all. My name, nothing. Not my website, nothing. You know what he did do? At the bottom of my articles, he would post his bullshit. He would use my articles to sell his penis potion and bullshit. Can you believe that? What a piece of fucking trash. That's illegal. I should have sued him. I should have sued the motherfucker. Copyright infringement. Okay? Same guy that didn't want to have me on the show. So I contacted him. I said, listen, you take down my articles or I'm going to sue you. Okay? You didn't want to have me on your show. Oh, no. He left. I should have recorded the message. He left me a voice message. Oh, no, we were moving. I moved locations and I forgot. And he just make a fucking excuse, a lie. He thinks I'm stupid. You understand what I'm talking about, folks? Alex Jones, all these guys are all about money. It's all about money. Don't let them ever fucking fool you. You want to see when someone's talking to you, it's not about money? You look at my fucking situation. You look at what I fucking sacrificed. Okay? I'm telling you right now, they're all fucking frauds. All of them. Great example. Jordan Peterson. Let me tell you the story on this weasel. I remember hearing about this guy a few years ago. I was like, it's another example. It's like some guy comes out of nowhere. All of a sudden, he's some fucking big guy. Like, what happened? You know someone's behind him. Okay? You know that. I knew it. Then I looked at his YouTube, his profile. What did I see?
Why did I decide?
Shut the fuck up, you stupid wimp. What did I see? I saw on his YouTube, he's advertising, he's on tour. It's like, what? I thought he's supposed to be some fucking patriot, helping people. He's on tour, speaking tours, pay for his tours. What? And I realized this guy's a profiteering piece of shit. He'll say anything to sucker the dummies out there. And the fact is that all these idiots that believe this guy is a pro-globalization, anti-white, pro-globalist guy. He's a leftist, and he's fooled all these people out there. He says a couple of things, and you believe the guy. He's a gatekeeper. He's a profiteering piece of garbage. And now he's got his academy. He's at a university. His bullshit. What a fraud. What, folks, I'm telling you, when you put money into the game, you're talking about bullshit. If they're supposed to be heroes and patriots, what the fuck are they doing making a fucking fortune off this shit? Why? Because it's not about what they're saying. It's all a scam. You understand? All these people, all of them. You name it. Every single fucking... I've been around the block a long time and I've seen this shit. I'm telling you, there's no exceptions. Zero. I'm the only fucking person I know that's been doing all this shit for free. And actually is jeopardizing my business. Because I don't have to talk about all this stuff that I talk about and post on my website. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to expose all these fucking frauds because I sacrifice myself to try and warn everybody about the financial crisis, and I see what happens. Okay? That's what I'm all about. Actions speak louder than words. You know the saying, actions speak louder than words. You got it? You contact all these bitches. And I'm serious. Every single one of them. You contact them. And by the way, Jordan Peterson, as one of my research subscribers has pointed out to me, I haven't done a thing on it. Jordan Peterson might be involved in illegal penny stock promotion. That's right. I haven't done a video on it just because somebody already exposed this company. Jordan Peterson is promoting a fucking penny stock. Here we go. Okay, it's not yeah. So here we go. This guy, James Walker. This company is Nano Nuclear Energy, NNE. Okay, he's promoting this fucking bullshit company. It's complete bullshit. And take a look at the CEO. This guy's a fucking weasel, complete fucking scammer. You can just look at the guy. I mean, I've already done the research. It's a complete fucking scam. And Jordan Peterson is promoting this. Okay. Penny stock fucking pump. If Peterson got paid, if he got compensated, he didn't disclose it. If he got compensated, he's in fucking trouble, deep trouble. Don't worry, I've already contacted the SEC. See all this? He's promoting some little mini nuclear bullshit. Like, why? What's going on? If you look into this company, okay, you will see. I'll go ahead and show you now, actually. The company just went public a few months ago. They have fucking nothing. Okay, I really didn't even bother to waste time on it just because a hedge fund already exposed them. I'll show you actually. You can read on it. It's pretty good. Of course, you know it's one of those funds that they're gonna short the stock, but you know it's valid. It's valid to me. Yeah, it's pretty funny. If you got time, you may want to look at this. See that? Nano Nuclear has no revenue, no products, laughable timelines, part-time executives, and a $600 million market cap. Go through this. It's pretty interesting. And so Jordan Peterson was already promoting this company a couple of months before they went public. You understand what I'm saying? Take a look at this. This is the pump, and this is the fucking dump. You see that? The pump, it's not over. I'm sure there's going to be more. So you can take a look here. It's like a nothing fucking company. Complete shell company. Even the employees are fucking part-time. And they got all these guys on here that, you know, look impressive, but they're not even on the payroll. They're just, you know. Take a look at this. Take a look at this guy. Let me show you. This is funny. Okay. Here's the founder. This is the deal breaker right here. When you know what you're dealing with, when you take a look at this guy. Okay. This guy's involved in like all kind of penny stocks. James Gold Corp. Fucking old penny stock. It's like almost zero. Let's take a look at this guy. He's on. I'm pretty sure he's on ScamTube. He did some interview, I think. Let's see here.
I've been speaking with Republicans.
That's a total fucking scam artist. He'll say, do anything. Jordan Peterson will say, and do anything to make money. This guy, he's a total, just look into him. He's a total shyster. There's no doubt about it. It's just obvious. Anyway. Yeah, so Jordan Peterson, folks, contact Patrick Bet-David. He gets on all the controversial guys. Joe Rogan as well, doesn't he? Right? Tell him to have me on there. The guy that predicted the financial crisis. The guy, right, they wanted to shut up. The FDA terrorists wanted to shut up. Right? The guy that knows all. No, it's not going to ever happen, folks. It's never going to happen. You're being lied to. These people are. And Patrick Bet-David has this big spiel. Oh, I had this company. I sold it. Look at my big house. It's all lies. All fake guru lies. I'm telling you right now. Okay? Patrick Bet-David. His whole deal, he's making his money off of YouTube. I showed you all before. You saw the live stream, the vault, right? His vault bullshit. He holds these little, just take a look. Remember, this is a guy who wants to tell you he's wealthy, right? He's really wealthy, and he's a big swinging dick. He's worth hundreds of millions of dollars, right? Right? Folks, just take a look at the mugshot that tells the story. Let's take a look at his website. Here we go. For those of you who missed the live stream on him a few days ago, this guy is an illiterate, uneducated. He talks about, to pull in people. Oh, I'm an army vet. Yeah, he did not get an honorable discharge, by the way. Okay. Look at this. Look at the plane. Grant Cardone, right? So he's trying to show you these, right? Why would someone make this about themselves? He's trying to make it look like he's some big important guy. He's a successful guy. Look, he knows these people. And then guess what? Okay. I already showed you before, right? He wants you to be he wants business consulting, right? Take a look. Let me go ahead and show you. In case you missed it, some of the pictures before. Look, private mentoring. He's gonna be your private mentor, right? Think about it. Does it make sense? He's such a big swinging dick. You understand? He's Alex Hormozy. You understand, folks? You get it, right? All these guys are the same. If they're on YouTube, they're there to fuck you. They're there to sell a lie. Bullshit. Sell their courses, sell the mentoring, sell this, sell that. You understand? I hope it's obvious. Is it obvious? All of them. They're all doing the same thing. Yes, each one has a different spin. Okay? But they're all doing the same thing. How important are they? Have I ever made a video showing how important I am? If I'm one of these scammers, I'm going to go through and tell you everything. Look, I'm doing that. The only reason why I even talk about anything I've done is because on YouTube, first of all, you need to know who I am. Because I'm not selling anything. Know who I am. You know you're getting the insights from someone who's fucking credible. And number two, because people want to talk shit. Okay, you want to talk shit? Okay, I'm going to go out and flaunt who the fuck I am. Here's my fucking track record. Go fuck yourself. You understand? I'm the big swinging dick of Wall Street. And I've got the fucking track record to prove it. Someone out there, show me the big swinging dick. Oh, well, Ray Dalio is. Why? Well, because everyone says so. He's a billionaire. What are you? Right? Show me what Ray Dalio's done. I can show you what I've done. You understand what I'm saying? I've got the research. I've got the results. I've got the fucking goods. I don't know how Ray Dalio made his money. Well, I do know how he made his money. Do you know how? Did he make his money from being right? Or did he make his money from other ways? You understand what I'm saying, folks? Because this is the argument you're going to hear from people. Oh, well, he's a billionaire. What are you? You understand? I'm showing you the fucking goods. Ray Dalio's fucking. I've already talked about this guy. I think there's something not right with what's Ray Dalio. I mean, obviously the guy's obviously a con man. There's no doubt about that. And he's also an idiot. I mean, you think Ray Dalio is credible? This is a guy that wrote some fucking bullshit conspiracy book, right? And he's still advertising it on. He's paying for advertisements on YouTube. Why? 3 years ago, he wrote the book telling you how China's going to take over and be the superpower. China is lucky if they don't hit a depression within the next 10 years. Okay? All these guys coming out and tell you how China's going to be the next superpower, fucking clueless idiots. China will never be a superpower. It will be impossible for many reasons. Guaranteed. Okay? Guaranteed. You're not ever going to be a superpower if you're a communist country. It will never happen. Okay? China was living in abject poverty. People didn't have a pot to piss in 30 years ago. It was the West that gave them their economy. It was the West from which they stole their intellectual property. It was corporate America that defiled American people, American workers, that stole your jobs, took them off, put them to China. You understand? You don't hear this. You don't hear anything about that. Washington and corporate America, and it's not just America, folks. If you're from Europe, it's the same thing. Happened to Europe. Corporations sent your fucking jobs to China, to Asia, okay? And the politicians agreed on it. No country outside of the West would ever send jobs overseas. Increasingly, they're going to have to do it. They're kind of being forced to do it because of this free trade scam. Okay, it's still illegal to do this, to outsource in many countries. You understand? Why aren't you hearing about this? Why do you think I got banned? Why do you think I fucking got banned? Okay? You understand what I'm saying? I know too much, and I can't be bought off. That's why I got banned. And the funny thing is, I didn't know as much as I know now before I got banned. I didn't realize who's pulling all the levers and who controls everything until I got banned by those same people. That's the funny thing. I've lived it. Okay? Why do you think the world is so fucked up? It's in a fucked up position. Why do you think that is? You think it happened by accident? Why do you think you've got all these countries in the West got their borders all wide open, letting in all these rapists and murderers, and stealing your fucking tax benefits, your benefits that you paid for with your tax money? That's going to them now. Okay, why do you think this is all happening? It's happening by design. And it started a long time ago. Free trade was the beginning of the end. I wrote about this extensively in my book. That was the trade issue was the overwhelming dominant theme of the entire book. Anyone that read that extended 2006 version will attest to that. Take a look here. Patrick Bet David, he has these. By the way, folks, the big thing is all these guys. They're all. I mean, what more do I need to show you guys? I profiled Andrew Henderson the other day, right? Guess what? Andrew Henderson is here with Patrick Bet-David, right? All these guys, you can predict. Let's see. Is Peter Schiff here? I don't know. Yep, there you go. I mean, it's a circle jerk, okay? You understand, folks? Take a look at the channel if you want to see the whole clan of con artists, okay? You understand what I'm saying? It's not a coincidence. It's not a fucking coincidence. What are you talking about? Take a look. Look, Dan Bilzerian. Oh, this is a good one. Oh, this is one. This is funny because this guy, if you all don't know, let's just say he's related to Patrick Bet-David, right? Who's also related to all these guys on their channel. You understand what I'm saying? Wink, wink. They're all seem to be kind of share the same gene pool. Is that a coincidence? You need to start opening your eyes and noticing these things. You know, Bilzerian's dad was in jail for fraud, a big Wall Street guy. Ask yourself why Patrick Bet-David's going to have this known for. I mean, everybody and their fucking mother knows this guy's a scam artist now, right? Am I wrong? So why would he have him on there? Why won't he have me on there? You understand what I'm saying, folks? They don't want to have on anyone real. They want to have people on there who will bring in more dummies. This guy has dummies to bring on. Peter Schiff has dummies. They want to share their audience. You understand? He wants a big audience of dummies. Okay? I mean, look. Ice Cube. Okay. So let's get back to this guy. So I saw someone posted a clip of this, and I was thinking, like, these people are so stupid. So they think, like, so for instance, apparently Bilzerian starts talking about Israel. Israel's bad, this and that. So basically, I mean, Bilzerian, you know the guy's a fucking airhead, right? He's like maybe one step above Patrick Bet-David in terms of intelligence, which is, you know, not too high. So basically, he goes on this rant, this anti-Israel rant, and it's obvious Bilzerian doesn't know what the fuck's going on about anything. He's just basically repeating what people have been saying about Israel for a long time. See, so he's kind of taking that stance to make him look like he's like somebody that knows what's going on, and like he's some truther. Why? Because he's trying to get his audience back. So people are like, oh yeah, Patrick wouldn't talk about it, like as if this guy Bilzerian is like the hero. And Patrick Bet-David, you can just read the comments. You see, look, there's only one thing going through Pat's mind. How many dollars am I going to lose if I say the wrong thing? Okay. Bilzerian gained so many fans out of this conversation. He isn't scared to call bullshit.
Right. Then on the countryside. So you're America first. Is it fair to say you're America first? Okay. How do you feel about the protesting and the rioting going on in schools?
Wait a second. What is this? Did you see this? I mean, I can't say it. If I said this, my video would be deleted. How come he can write this word? You know, you can't write this word or say it on ScamTube unless it's complimentary. I mean, how does Patrick Bet-David get away with it? Right? I mean, can I say it now? I think if I say it, I'll get the video removed. You understand what I'm saying, folks? I mean, I'm reading this from Patrick Bet-David's channel. The index says at 55 minutes and 26 seconds, America first, Jewish power. Oops. Racist, anti-Semite, and Donald Trump. So think about that. He's having a conversation with this guy, I guess, about America first, Jewish power, Donald Trump. How is this possible? How come this video is possible? Do you think I could have a similar conversation about that topic? Right? What's going on with YouTube? What is this? Let's listen to what they're going to say here.
Academia, Harvard, Columbia.
You hear this? He can't even say Harvard correctly. Listen to this guy. What a fucking Harvard.
Right. Then on the countryside. So you're America first. Is it fair to say you're America first? Okay. How do you feel about the protesting and the rioting going on in schools, academia, Harvard,
What a fucking idiot.
Columbia, when you've seen all the stuff that's going on, Free Palestine, gays for Gaza. When you see that, what do you think about it? Does it do anything to you, or you're like, I'm supporting?
I mean, I think it's pretty funny that it wasn't a problem until it was against Israel. It wasn't a problem with BLM. It was fucking encouraged with BLM.
It was always a problem with
Bullshit.
BLM.
They fucking encouraged it. They let them burn down police stations. There was no repercussions.
Nah, I'm not talking mainstream.
No, I'm talking about our government, our media encouraged that shit. Right? They encouraged it when it was BLM. Like, they literally burnt down police stations, and it was fine. The mayor came out and was like...
So what's going on, before I get back to this issue, what's going on here, basically? These people are so stupid. Why? Bilzerian is just coming out and saying this now because he wants to get fans. Because people realize he's such a piece of shit scam artist. He wants to get fans. This is scripted. You understand what I'm saying? This is completely scripted interview. You all realize this, right? This is absolutely scripted. This is an opportunity for Bilzerian. He probably paid Patrick Bet-David. I'm willing to bet he paid him for this interview so he could have the opportunity to make it like he's some hero talking about Israel.
No problem. No arrests. No big deal. We don't give a fuck.
Right.
Take down statues, destroy buildings, burn cop cars, do whatever you want to do. But the moment it was Israel, now all of a sudden,
why do you think
students get the shit beat out of them? They get arrested. They get pepper sprayed. They get fucking maced. And those are peaceful protests. BLM was not peaceful, but it was fine because it wasn't criticizing Israel. What does that tell you?
Let me ask you a question.
Well, we'll answer that. What does that tell you? Who's in charge here?
But you're talking to a guy that I'm not sitting here saying what BLM. I'm talking to you like you and I. I'm not talking to you with $2-3 billion of damage they did to small business owners in communities that African Americans are living in. And who controls mainstream media? And there's only two outlets right now. We're talking to a couple of your friends here that were during lunchtime, we're having a conversation while we're having dinner with who controls mainstream media? The left. The only one that's on the right is one. Okay. And that's also going to the left. Who controls CNN, CBS, ABC? That's left. Who controls universities? Left. Who controls schools?
Well, it's like 90-something% Jewish.
Right.
We could say left, but it's Jewish if we're being honest.
Not necessarily.
So you hear this, folks? Now, ask yourself, if I made a video and I said the same thing, what would happen to my video? Ask yourself that question. Okay? Ask yourself that question. I mean, obviously, well, I can't even say any facts because, you can't say. But how come this guy is allowed to do this? Right? What's going on here? This is what I want to know. Right? You understand? Why is this video still up? You understand what I'm saying? This was a video. This was an interview, by the way. Bilzerian paid. I can guarantee you, he paid Patrick Bet-David to be on here, right? To talk about something that everybody already knows about and is thinking about. So he can serve as the voice of the people, so he can prepare for his new scam. He's got another scam coming up. This is what's going on. I mean, you all see this, right? He's trying to redeem himself. I mean, just like this person wrote here. Look at this. He gained so many fans out of this conversation. Okay? You see? So you see that? You see? Ask yourself the question, what's going on? Right? Patrick Bet-David, I mean, that's the best you can do, is have this guy, this meathead, who, there are people who have been talking about a lot of things for a long time. Okay? He has this meathead on. Once again, folks, contact all these motherfuckers. And then you'll find your answer. You'll find your answer. They're not about the truth. They're frauds and profiteers. It's all a business. This is all. Patrick Bet-David is making all his money on YouTube and his various conferences. That's what's going on. Okay? And I want to know why this video is staying up here when they're talking about Jewish power. Are you allowed to talk about Jewish power? I didn't think you're allowed to talk about that. That's what they're talking about. They said it.
Because even right now, if you think about it, if you think about the right and the left.
And ask yourself, by the way, why you're not allowed to talk about that. I'm just, this is pretty. Now, if my live stream, if this video gets taken down, you guys are witnesses here. All I'm doing is going over this, right? That's all I'm doing. And I'm wondering why YouTube is allowing this video. I'm wondering why they're allowing this video. I mean, I had a live stream taken down on my other channel before it got removed because I aired a video on YouTube with Richard Nixon, President Richard Nixon, talking about some people. Okay. I mean, why am I going to get the video pulled down? You understand what I'm saying, folks? You got it? I can't play a video from a former president that's open for everyone. It's even on YouTube. I can't play that video. You understand? This is what you call favoritism, okay? You understand, by the way, that Dan Bilzerian and Patrick Bet-David, you understand what their ethnicity is, I hope, right? Got it? I can't even say it. That's how bad it is. Ask yourself why it's that bad. What are people afraid of? What is going on? Right? Right? They've got so many people, they're paralyzed, to say the truth. They're afraid they're going to lose their job. They're afraid they're going to lose everything. Let me tell you something. When you live in a country, you live in a world, you're living a life where you're too afraid to speak the obvious truth. The obvious truth. Not an opinion. The obvious truth. You're not free. You're not free. You're a fucking slave. Okay? Just remember that.
Who's taking the biggest hit with losing Jewish voters? Because most Jews vote left. They're not voting on the right.
Jewish vote is irrelevant. They're like 2% of the population.
But the money that they vote with their money.
I mean, yeah, but like at the end of the day, I think how much money goes into these campaigns isn't going to dictate as much as when you have a president that's like potentially getting assassinated. Like those are the drivers.
So anyway, this is obviously staged. Okay, it's staged. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. And they made sure. I mean, I don't know how. I mean, if I'm talking about these issues, which you're already hearing some disinformation here about when they talk about money involved. Well, I'm not going to get into that, but you can look into it for yourself and see what's going on, and you can look into AIPAC as well and all this stuff. But he's just trying to position himself as some type of a hero, and he's got a new scam coming. That's all. That's all, folks. Contact these guys. Ask them why won't you talk to this guy? He's got a fascinating story about the financial crisis. He's got all kind of fascinating stories. And tell him, by the way, he thinks you're a fraud. He thinks you're a fraud. You understand what I'm saying, folks? These guys are all frauds. They're not honest. They're in it all to scam you. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. Jordan Peterson has shown this best of anyone. Okay? His stuff is most obvious. But Patrick Bet-David, I told you how it works. There's the circle jerk. All these guys are in the same circle jerk. Okay? And then, in fact, let me go ahead and show you something here. I'm going to go ahead and show you this. I think you're going to like this. There you have it. See this? So you've got conspiracy nut cults. So here's an example of how this shit works. Here's one of the conspiracy nut cults. The conspiracy guys, the cults. So basically their premise is, kind of like the government is bad. They want you dead. Don't pay taxes. Be your own bank. escape the collapse in America, buy real money. You kind of see what I'm saying? This is kind of so what's the theme of these kind of nutcases? The themes and the groups. Well, the libertarians, Tea Party, they preach freedom and liberty. I mean, how can you refuse freedom and liberty? How can you refuse that? Freedom, liberty, buy gold. You see that? Gold, silver, cryptocurrencies, right? Federal Reserve conspiracies, don't pay taxes. You understand? This is a huge cabal. Okay, this whole group, and this is kind of some of the associative parties. And then you have they hold various conferences, freedom conferences, liberty conferences, cryptocurrency conferences. The money show. The money show is a fucking scam. Write that down. Money show is held all over the country, maybe all over the world. It's a fucking scam. Everybody there is a fucking scammer. I'm telling you right now. Complete scam operation. Write it down. Fact. Hard assets, right? Economic summits. Who are some of the kingpins? Peter Schiff. Remember, conspiracy nut cults, the conspiracy nut cults, right? You know, they're against the government, right? They well against the government. And some of them, you know, they're like, oh, the government wants to kill you, depopulation, all this bullshit, right? That's the Alex Jones version. Don't pay taxes, you know, right? Be your own bank, buy gold, cryptocurrencies, collapse of America. Oh, move to Argentina. You understand? See that? So here's the, conferences. Here's the kingpins: Peter Schiff, Alex Jones, Joe Rogan, Ron Paul, Ed Griffin, Jim Rogers, Mark Faber, Paul Craig Roberts, Mike Maloney, Robert Kiyosaki, Eric Sprott, Rick Rule, Doug Casey, Merritt Katuza, Porter Stansberry, Jeff Berwick, Andrew Henderson, Chris Martinson, and Adam Taggart, Patrick Bet-David, Brian Rose, Naomi Prince, David Stockman, Lawrence Kotlikoff, Stephen Molyneux, Martin Armstrong, Financial Sense, the whole fucking Financial Sense News Hour, and their whole fucking roster of doomsday con men, precious metals dealers. This is just the beginning. This is just what I jotted down off the top of my head. There are thousands of these people. Okay? Thousands of these kingpins. I also forgot Mises Institute. Mises Institute up here with libertarians. Okay, and the Mises, you understand. You kind of see what I'm saying. Think about all these guys and the bullshit they pitch, and tell me that you don't see any similarities here with all this bullshit. Okay? You see what I'm saying? You starting to see how it works? You see that? You see how it works? And I've done another. And so here's another kind of conspiracy nut cults that intersect to some degree with these smaller movements: the digital nomad scam, the FIRE movement scam. You see? So there are certain elements that intersect. So the digital nomad scam, like these people will be like, yeah, cryptocurrencies, yeah, gold, liberty, freedom. You see what I'm saying? Right? And then you have another one, just to give you an example, the intellectual dark web, kind of the new generation truthers. You all know the truthers, this truther movement from, 20 years ago, the people that were coming out with 9/11 conspiracies, the September 11th, 2001 attacks on the World Trade Center. I'm not going to get into that. You can see all the videos on YouTube have been scrubbed, but clearly, that version, the official version, is not what happened. Okay, I can guarantee you that. Why do you think it was scrubbed, right? And then, of course, because of this official version, supposedly some Muslim terrorist hijacked a plane, 2 planes, and crashed into, or 3 planes actually. I think it was 3 planes. 2 of them crashed into the World Trade Center, right? Okay, you can believe that if you want. You can believe that, a plane is going to crash into these massive structures, causing a fire and the buildings to collapse. You can believe all that, although it's never happened. The Sears Tower didn't collapse when a plane crashed into it a long time ago. You can believe all that stuff if you want. Okay, something else happened. I'm not, the problem is that there was a lot of nutcase conspiracies out there, a lot of stupid shit, just like with COVID. They promoted, the establishment allowed the promotion of stupid conspiracies, wild, batshit crazy stuff. Why? To cover up the real truth. Okay, to cover up. And why do you think we got into Iraq? The Iraq war was a complete an utter fraud. It was a waste. It was a massacre of 1 million innocent people in Iraq by American troops and their allies. Massive waste of over $4 trillion, maybe $5 or $6 trillion of taxpayer money. Okay? You all are too young to know all this shit, and you're not going to find it on ScamTube now because they've cleared all the videos like they always do. Okay? But you can look into it. You go to Wikipedia and you'll see it's locked. I guarantee you don't have to look. I already know. It's going to be locked. They don't want you to look to read anything. They want you to believe the official version. Same thing with COVID. Okay, you got to believe their official version. Same thing with you had all these wild, stupid conspiracies that were being pumped out by Joe Rogan and all these idiots. Why? Because that's the point, folks. They allow Rogan's purpose is to allow batshit crazy, stupid conspiracies, so that if you have a reasonable head on your shoulders, you're going to not believe that shit, and you're going to go and think you're going to believe what the establishment is telling you. You understand? That's how the control is being waged now on the population, is to promote just stupid conspiracies, just batshit crazy conspiracies that are just completely nonsensical, so that you don't even want to entertain anything outside of the official establishment version. That's what happened with the COVID. That's what happened with 9/11 as well. Okay? Obviously, I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to get into, but that's the control mechanism, and that's what people like Joe Rogan, their purpose. Joe Rogan was positioned in the spot that Alex Jones was going to be in. Okay, right? I talked about that before. Alex Jones was being groomed to be mainstream. He was being gradually groomed to go mainstream. That's why they had him on all these mainstream TV shows, right? He was on The View. He was on Piers Morgan. He was on all these shows gradually. You understand why? Because he had enough of a following. He had duped enough people such that he's a good guy to promote out there to distract from the truth. He's a gatekeeper, good gatekeeper. He crossed the line with the Sandy Hook bullshit, and what happened? Well, he got demoted. No problem. Joe Rogan's right there to take his place. Joe Rogan rose to the ranks doing the same thing as Alex Jones. Not to that extreme, but a similar situation. Joe Rogan was pushing fake moon landing. Okay. The intellectual dark web. So this is another example here. So it's similar to the conspiracy nut cults, right? Where they're talking about, you all know the intellectual dark web. They call themselves that because they want to tell you that they're intellectuals. Basically, this Brent Weinstein guy and his brother, these fucking, these COVID conspiracy lunatics, these fucking fraudsters, right? That's what we're talking about. You've got Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Alex Jones. That's who we're talking about. So their themes, their groups, COVID conspiracies, depopulation conspiracies. And the depopulation, as I say, it's similar to the conspiracy nut cults, right? Because they have the depopulation as well. The libertarians, there's an overlap with them. Freedom, liberty, cryptocurrencies. You see that? So who are some of the kingpins? Elon Musk, Joe Rogan, Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson, David Sachs, Peter Thiel, Lex Friedman, Brent Weinstein, a slew of other cons promoted by Joe Rogan, Patrick Bet-David, Tom Bill. So you kind of see what's going on, folks, and you'll see these are two examples of circle jerks and disinformation groups. And when you look into it, you're going to see thousands, tens of thousands of people, and then imagine who their followers are, right? Many of these types of groups. Okay, this is how it works, by the way. Okay, this is how it all works. Okay, you're wondering why all these people are being associated with each other. This is the same way it works with these fake gurus, these fake investment gurus, by the way. Okay? It's the same way it works with them. The only difference is that they typically work on the surface alone. But on the back scene, they're all talking to each other. Okay? They all have each other's numbers. I'm telling you right now. A good example of that was that millennial money scam. Graham Stephan, Andre Jick, Jeremy Lefebvre, and Kevin Pathrath, right? You all saw the video I recently released where this Jeremy was promoting Voyager. You tell me, you watch that video, and you tell me with that speech Jeremy's giving that he wasn't getting paid. Jeremy was getting paid under the table by Voyager. I'm quite sure of that. Okay, this is the fucking real deal. This is the truth. Okay? These people out there, if they have money attached to their fucking cause, I'm telling you, you can't trust them. You cannot trust them. And the sad thing, the scary thing, the disgusting thing is the vast majority of these people who have money attached to their so-called cause, they don't need the money. They don't need it. They could do this without charging money. I've been sacrificing without money for fucking forever. So why are they doing this? Because they're money worshipers. They can't get enough money. You understand? Jordan Peterson has made tens of millions of dollars for years, every fucking year. Why can't he stop now and just do everything for free? He's a money worshiper. You understand? Everything he's doing is about the money. The money. Alex Jones, the same thing. And you got people that actually think he's for the truth. And you got Tucker Carlson telling everybody on X that same thing. Oh, Alex Jones predicts everything. He's just for the truth. Tucker Carlson is just as much of a fucking scammer and a fraud as Alex Jones. You can tell him I fucking said it. Please tell these motherfuckers I said all this stuff. Please tell them. Show them this fucking stream. Every single scammer you see, you fucking tell them. You tell them who the fuck I am. Boom! You tell them. They're afraid. They'll never fucking go up with me one-on-one on a neutral platform. Because it's not going to be a debate. I can't debate a scammer, a fraud, a con artist. I'm going to tell them, you're a fucking fraud. You're a fucking con artist. You're a fucking criminal. You understand? Dave Ramsey's a waste of fucking time. Dave Ramsey, folks, you need to take fucking notes. I've given you a goddamn playbook on detecting con artists. A goddamn playbook. Okay? Somebody needs to write a Mike Stathis golden rules of detecting frauds and con artists. Come out with it. Anybody who uses religion, right, with investments, or to try and pitch any type of business, they're using religion, they're an automatic fraud. Write it down. Dave Ramsey leverages religion. Why? Because he wants to throw in the religious zealots in there. Just like, what's his name? Gallagher. You know Gallagher? What's his first name? I don't know what his first name is. Let's take a look at Mr. Gallagher, who was finally convicted in 2020 in Dallas, Texas. Fucking Ponzi scheme. Mr. fucking William Neal Gallagher. Okay? He was a man he was a man of God. Texas preacher. Had an investment, you understand. All these guys that use religion, anyone who uses religion associated with investments, write it the fuck down as the word of God. They're scammers. Let me say something. I'm not a religious person. I think if you grow up in America, it's hard to be associated with religion because it's such a fucking money-grubbing scam. Right? I don't know much about religion. I've never picked up a Bible, but it seems to me, based upon what I heard, that God, he didn't like people who focused on money too much. I find it amazing that you got people like Joel Osteen telling you that God wants you to be rich. I don't think God wants you to be rich, right? You got these guys talking about how they put money with God. I don't think, God, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I haven't read the Bible, but it seems to me God doesn't want you to focus on stupid things like money. It would seem to me that God wants you to focus on character and honesty and morality, right? It seems to me that in that picture, if you're talking about money, money would kind of be the devil. If you're talking about honesty and morality, right? and having a good character. I don't know. I haven't read the Bible, so maybe I'm wrong. So anyone who, but you see, the religious zealots don't think that way. You're a preacher. Yeah, religion. Oh yeah, right. Dave Ramsey leverages religion. Okay. From that alone, you know he's a scammer. I'm not going to waste my time listening to this hillbilly sounding. And I said, notice I didn't say hillbilly. I said hillbilly sounding because he's not really a hillbilly. Take a close look at his background, you know, kind of like if you take a look at another hillbilly sounding guy who wasn't really a hillbilly. If you look at his background, his name is T. Boone Pickens. Okay. Anyway, my point is that Dave Ramsey is just a waste of time. The guy's an obvious scammer. Now, so, well, you got to prove it. I don't have to prove shit. You go fucking prove it. I'm the big swinging dick. If I say they're a scammer, you better fucking believe they're a scammer. You prove it to yourself. Okay, I'm not going to waste the fucking time. I've got the legitimacy. I got the credibility. Okay, you prove it to yourself. It's just obvious. It's fucking obvious. Now, Dave Ramsey also, I mean, the guy, look, the guy wants to, he's disinformation. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Just blabbers. Half of it's just common sense. Oh, pay down your debt, or invest your money. Okay, wow. Folks, if you are charging money, if you are making money, if you're selling books, whatever, and you're just telling people things that's not valuable, it's just generic horse shit, you're a scammer. You're a scammer. Okay? Dave Ramsey, by the way, he pays for airtime. That's why he's syndicated on all these radios. He pays for all that airtime. You know why? Because he's paying for the air slots. Okay? You say, well, why would he do that? Because, newsflash, who do you think makes the money off the advertisements? He does. He owns the advertisement slots. You understand? That's how it works. He's got this guy, Dave Ramsey, wants to tell you, oh, no, don't really know. I don't think you should buy S&P 500. You should buy mutual funds because mutual funds can beat the S&P. He keeps telling everybody that he's got my funds do. He never shows you those funds, though. You notice that? He'll never fucking show you. Oh, my funds do. The reason why is because his whole fucking scam, he's got all these people in his network. I'm going to take a look at his website right now. I mean, I don't need to spend time looking at it. It says obvious fucking scammer. I mean, who are you talking to? I'm the big swinging dick of the fucking scammers. Dave Ramsey, his whole thing is this. Look, trusted services, experts. Okay, trusted services. Here you go. Every single one of these things here, you got it? He's getting paid. He's getting paid. Paid. You got it? Trusted. So it's like Adam Taggart. Remember Adam Taggart? Thoughtful Money? We'll go right now. Adam Taggart, the fucking scam artist. The Chris Martinson buddy. Every single fucking video. Every video, and he's also got wealth down. Every video is the dollar's bad, stock market's bad, economy's bad. Oh, everything's going to collapse. Everything. Okay? Just go and look. All, and then after that, what do they have? Oh, by the way, worried about the market? Have we scared you enough about the stock market? Well, schedule your free portfolio review with Thoughtful Money's endorsed financial advisors. You got it? You got the scam? Scare the shit out of you with the Peterson.
The biggest problem traders have is not knowing when to take profits.
Look at
this kills most traders on their prop firm.
All guys pitching trading services are frauds. I'm the Wall Street guy. I'm the top fucking analyst. I know what I'm talking about. They're all frauds. You name your guy. You tell every single one of these motherfuckers on YouTube I said so. Go to all of them. You tell them. What do you got to say about it? Bring them here now. Let's go. What do you got to say, guys? See, so Adam Taggart is supporting trading fraudsters. You understand what I'm talking about monetization, folks? He's a business partner with this scammer. All these guys are. Okay? So he'll scare the shit out of you, telling you everything. All these guys are telling you out every video. You understand? And then notice, worried about the market? You understand what he's doing to people? He's scaring them out of the biggest, best fucking bull market if you don't count the COVID. I mean, you cannot count that. That was a man-made fucking bear market, right? Look at this fucking amazing market that we've been in. These people have missed it all. You're talking about a cult of people. These are the Peter Schiff cult people that got out of the market at the bottom in 2009 and never got back. You understand that, right? And so they're in this whole cult of, yeah, the big collapse. Yeah. Folks, I've talked about this. If someone tells you the market's going to collapse, they're a scammer. Unless they tell you, you tell me, when do you think approximately it's going to collapse? By how much is it going to collapse? And, when do you think we can get back in? You understand? If you've got someone that's are they a market forecaster? There's very few market forecasters out there. I'm one of the few out there, and I'm the best in the world. Fact, write it the fuck down. I'll bet anybody any fucking amount of money on that. I've got the track record to prove it. My forecasting is probably 85%. It's hard to determine an amount, maybe even 90%. It's hard to determine because I don't always come out with a forecast, or it's not necessarily always definitive. It's scenario based as well. But the point is that when I come out with a forecast, sometimes I don't come out with one. You know why? If I can't anticipate when the market's going to sell off in advance, and we're in a bull market, like, why would I do that? I'm not going to get anybody out of the fucking market. You understand? So let me give you an example. I recommended people to sell their NVIDIA around $130. After that round, I also recommended that they buy it on August 5th at the bottom, the market bottom. You can take a look. This is all fact. Anybody doubt me? It's all fact. It's in my securities analysis and trading webinar. I had one on. I'm just giving you guys as an example, okay? I mean, if you don't know market forecasting, you're out of the fucking game. The market moves 80%, 90% of the stocks, 80, 90% of the time, okay? So even if you just know market forecasting, you could just play the S&P 500, and you can do fucking really good. But you got to be consistent. So let me just give you an example. Okay, August 5th, we met, session 14, securities, and I said, I'm buying here. Okay, we met also on the 25th, 25th, which would be Sunday. This is Monday, 26th. So this is the last data point. And I said, I'd be selling now. I'm not going to get into why and whatever. Okay, my point is that if I don't have a high level of certainty on something, I'm not going to say anything. Why? Because you're dealing with a great company, right? Just like the market, you're dealing with a bull market, right? You've got to be able, if you can't get somebody out of the market around the top and get them back in around the bottom, it's a useless exercise. You understand? So all these guys talking, oh yeah, the market's going to collapse. Okay, but they never tell you when to get back in. If they don't tell you when to get back in, then they're useless. The whole point's not to tell you when to get back in. The whole point's to scare you and for you to run to them. You see? All these guys. I point this out because all these guys, they've been talking about a market fucking collapse for, 12 years now. Whether it's Jim Rogers or Peter Schiff or Harry Dent or you name it. Jeffrey Gunlock, right? Folks, they're not legitimate. They're not credible. These guys are conning people. They're trying to scare people. You understand? They're not analysts. They're not forecasters. They're not research. They're fucking con artists. That's what they are. They've been saying the same fucking shit over and over again. That's you gotta separate you, and you're not going to get anything other than that from the media. You got to understand that. You're not going to get anything but that from the media, from YouTube. That's why I say the best thing that you can do, the most powerful thing of all the things that you need to do to be a successful investor, the most powerful, easiest thing that you can do is to avoid all financial content. all financial media, TV, newspaper, YouTube, social media. That's the best thing that you can do. I kid you not, I'm not joking. Because the media is going to cause you, YouTube is going to cause you so many mistakes. And the problem is you're never going to know. You're not going to attribute your mistakes to YouTube, to Tom Nash, to Meet Kevin, to Peter Schiff, to Harry Dent, to Jim Cramer. Why? You're not going to remember. You just, all this shit floods you. You're getting all this fucking content. You don't know what's going on. You don't know who told you this. It's in your subconscious. That's what I'm talking about. People want to flood themselves. Folks, there's so much, people are flooding themselves with content. You don't do that. You're flooding yourself with so much fucking useless fucking content, low yield content, shit content. You have to discriminate. High yield only. If you don't do that, you're going to be so confused and not think you're confused, and you're going to fuck up. I'm telling you. The game is played, the ad-based content model, right? All these platforms are on the advertisement-based model. They're selling ads. That whole business model is all about throwing out as much content as possible. That's why most of the content out there is shit. It's quantity over quality. They don't want quality. They want quantity. They can tag ads to it. You got it? This is what's going on. This is the big picture. This is how you all don't, you're getting fucked. You all don't know it. That's the whole fucking deal. So take a look here. Take a look. Look at this fraudster. So they're endorsed. So endorsed, you understand how deceptive this is? You can tell Adam Taggart's a con man. He's not being honest with you. Endorsed? What does that mean? What do you think endorsed means? Endorsed would, to me, it means, well, I approve of them. I like their product. Now, what this means is that he's getting paid. He's getting paid. He doesn't give you that disclosure until later on, until you've already clicked and you're ready to go. You understand what I'm saying? They have a relationship where he gets paid. He's licensed. He's got an RIA license. Anybody can fucking do it. And he gets paid a percentage of the assets that are transferred to this firm. You understand the fucking scam? Think about that. You got a video, you got a channel that's scaring the hell out of you every fucking day for years. And, oh, you want a portfolio review. You understand? This is a scam. It's a fucking scam. They're scaring you by bullshit, fake information, fear-mongering into this guy's hands, to this financial firm, so he can get paid money off that. Chris Martenson did this. This guy was Chris Martenson's fucking partner. Okay? Chris Martenson started this shit. You understand? You guys got it? Anyway. Oh, yeah. All right, that's it.